Good morning, welcome to Bookmas. In today's video we are going to the bookshop, we're going book browsing. We might get a few books on the way. I'm so excited. I have been collecting stamps from an independent bookshop from friends, family, myself, and we have scored a $20 off. Definitely gonna go get a book from Scorpio Books. We'll just get lost in there, spend hours in there having a look around and see what the latest books they've got in there, what new books they've updated, see books we can get for next year. I'm very excited to have a morning in the bookshop. We are at the bookshop. I just did a little outfit change. It was too hot for the jumper. It's like 26 degrees today, which is just bliss. It feels like a beach day actually, and this is the perfect drink for this kind of day. I went to Fluffy Bakehouse and it's so good there, the vibes, the aesthetic, it's so cute. I'm excited to go to the next bookshop, have a bit of a mooch, have a bit of a browse and see what they've got in store. Let's go. We're back from the book browsing and so excited to share the books. And the first bookshop I went to was Scorpio Books. I have to start off this video with a festive romance. I've been seeing this one quite a few places. It's called Good Spirits by B.K. Borison. I did have this copy with the sprayed edges and I thought it was really cute with the bow and the candy canes. This one is a paranormal romance, enemies to lovers, very cozy, festive vibes. It's about Nolan and Harriet. At the top of the book it says he's the ghost of Christmas past, but she's not exactly Scrooge. Nolan Callahan intends to spend this holiday season exactly like every other, haunting the terrible people of Annapolis in his aimless existence as the ghost of Christmas past. Harriet York is a good person, or at least she tries to be, a people pleaser. To her core, she always does what's expected of her. I watched a movie recently. It was like a 90s movie and one of the people, the guy was a ghost I believe. I'm gonna look it up. It was called Meet Joe Black and it has Brad Pitt in it. And then another one that I really liked is Just Like Heaven with Reese Witherspoon. So this sounds like this, like that kind of movie in a book form. So I'm actually really excited to read this one, snuggle up with a blanket and get cozy for Christmas read. The second book that I got holds kind of a nostalgic feel for me because when I was a child I used to love reading, and one of the things that we would do when we were kids was we'd go down to the local kids bookshop. It was an independent bookshop and we'd just browse there for ages. My dad, he is a big reader and he used to take us down to the bookshop on a Saturday morning. Not every Saturday, but on Saturday mornings. One of the authors that I used to love was Philip Pullman, and I didn't really think about reading his books again, but I loved like the series here and The Spyglass, Subtle Night and Northern Lights. I used to love the series, and I'm pretty sure I've got it at home in my bookshelf still, and I don't even remember what genre that is. Okay, it was a young adult fantasy as well. Magical realism. Oh, okay. Northern Lights is a young adult fantasy novel by Philip Pullman, published in 1995. I saw that he released a third book in the trilogy. This is the first one, and it seems so popular, and I thought, let's get back on the Philip Pullman buzz, and I got his first book. It's called Volume 1, La Belle Sauvage. I don't know if you say how you say it, but this one's called The Book of Dust. This one was originally published in 2017. The Book of Dust is a fantasy and young adult series. It incorporates adventure, thriller, spy thriller, science fiction and action. It sounds like exactly the kind of book that I feel like reading. So maybe do a reading vlog for this book here. This book that I got is captivated by the idea of it, and it's called A Short Walk Through a Wide World by Douglas Westerbeek. It says here, by Shelby Van Pelt, a dazzling debut, adventure, beauty and danger. It's got praise by Oprah Daily, races around the globe through deserts and cities across oceans. And also the New York Times, imagine Life of Pi and the Midnight Library rolled into one. On the recommendations at the bookshop, if you want your Addie LaRue fix, then this is similar to that. It's about Paris 1885. On an otherwise ordinary night, Aubrey Tourville, spoiled, stubborn and 9 years old, is suddenly struck down by a mysterious illness at the family table. When a visit to a doctor only makes her worse, Aubrey flees to the outskirts of the city. She realizes that it is the very act of movement that keeps her alive. She has no choice, she must run from the curse, and so begins her incredible lifelong journey across the world. But with the risk at every turn, what will it take for Aubrey to survive? If it is going to tap into that, the life of Addie LaRue, I am here for it because I really enjoyed that read and looking forward to this one. The next book I got is The Persians. This one, it's about 5 women's voices become one irresistible whole in this darkly funny, richly satisfying, wonderful debut. Oh, another debut, so we've got 2 debuts here. And this one says on the back, meet the women of the Valiant family. In Iran they were somebodies, in America they're nobodies. First there is Elizabeth, the regal matriarch with the famously large nose, who remained in Tehran despite the revolution and is kept company by Niaz, her Islamic law-breaking granddaughter. In America, Elizabeth's daughters have built new lives. There's Sharon, a flamboyantly high-flying event planner in Houston who considers herself the family's future, and Seema, an idealist turned bored housewife languishing in the Los Angeles hills. And then there's the other granddaughter, Beta, a delusional law student in New York searching for deeper meaning. When an annual vacation in Aspen goes wildly awry, and Sharon ends up being bailed out in jail by Beta, gossip about the family spreads like wildfire. Soon Sharon sets out to try to restore the Valiant name to its former glory. But what does that mean in a country where Valiants never mattered to anyone? And will reputation be enough to make them a family again? I am really looking forward to reading this debut novel. It sounds like it's got depth, family, adventure, lots of character kind of analysis, so I am excited, and I just think this cover is so cool. That is a contemporary fiction book, and I believe it has been shortlisted for the Women's Prize. And then the last book I saw just really intrigued me. It's called Wreck by Catherine Newman. Cover there. And it's also, I believe, about family dynamics. It had praise by the author of The Wedding People, and it says here that Wreck is the kind of book that pulls up a chair, pours the wine and dives deep. It's like spending hours with a friend who sees your mess and loves you more for it. I didn't just read it, I felt known by it. And doesn't that just make you feel like you really want to read this book? Like when you can feel like, when you feel the characters, when you feel like involved and like connected, I feel like the book just is so much better. This one is about Rocky, Nick, Willa and Jamie, a normal, loving, anxious, messy, unpredictable, relatable family. Rocky has her own way of processing disasters. 1, this could happen to us. 2, this couldn't happen to us. And then there's a secret third column. This could happen to us unless I'm very careful, superstitious, grateful. So when a former classmate of Jamie's dies in a seemingly random accident, Rocky becomes obsessed. She's also developed a niggling medical condition that won't go away. On the surface, she is still living her best life. Her father is his unique, adorable self. Willa is prone to bouts of existential angst, whilst berating the fact that her mother has zero filter. Nick is steady, logical, sometimes infuriating. The genre of this one is contemporary fiction. It's not too long actually, 210 pages. Not too overwhelming for that one there. Those are the books from Scorpio. I did pick up a little Christmas bookmark. It's a little card and I thought it was just kind of festive for the season. The next bookshop that we went to was Bookhaul, and I did pick up 2 books. The first one is another historical fiction. This one just really caught my eye. The Lack of Light. The Persians is about 4 sisters, there we go, and then this one is about friends, and I'm just excited to read this one because it seems like it's going to be a little bit out of my comfort zone. Like it's quite long. I think it's over 700 pages, 717 pages. The Lack of Light is a historical fiction novel, and it's also got coming of age, and it says here that it is a epic story of friendship and resilience set against the backdrop of Georgia's history, and it's also a political fiction, literary fiction. This one just seemed really intriguing to me. I did see it at Scorpio Books, and then I saw it again at Bookhaul. I really like the cover, it's so arty. I did read the first page, what kind of writing style it is. It says here, the evening light was tangled in her hair. She was nearly there. At any moment she would overcome this barrier too. Our soul. The last book that I got, I have seen it everywhere. Hello Beautiful. This one is about 4 sisters. They're of Italian origin living in Chicago. They're best friends and sisters, the 4 Padavano girls. Bring loving chaos to their close-knit Italian-American neighborhood. I was just reading here that it is inspired by Little Woman. It is centered on the 4 sisters of the Italian Catholic family, and then there's William. William Waters grew up in a house silenced by tragedy, where his parents could hardly bear to look at him, much less love him. So when he meets the spirited and ambitious Julia Padavano, it's as if the world has lit up around him. Hello Beautiful is a heartbreaking and heart-mending novel that asks, can love make a broken family whole? And it just sounds really heartwarming. Got Hello Beautiful, The Lack of Light, The Persians, Wreck, Short Walk Through a Wide World, The Book of Dust, and our Christmas festive book, Good Spirits. And that is Bookmas Day 2. New books, cozy vibes, the funnest little haul. Lastly, what book would you add to your Christmas TBR or December TBR? Let me know in the comments below. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for day 3 of Bookmas for a Homebodies Bookmas series. Thank you so much for wandering the shelves with me today. I had the best time. Festive season has arrived and it has been so special browsing the shelves with you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and hopefully until then, see you in the next one. Bye!